If you want to sell the most profitable name brand products like Nike, Dove, and Clorox on Amazon, then you need to watch this video, because after doing 7 figures in sales on Amazon over the past year, my team and I have mastered the ungating process. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to get ungated for any category or brand without having to pay thousands for unreliable ungating services. So by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Amazon's ungating process works and the exact methods that we use with our paid students to simplify everything. So first, let's break down what gating actually is and what it means. So when a category or brand is gated on Amazon, all it means is that you'll need to get special approval from certain categories and brands to sell their products on Amazon. So if I wanted to sell Nike products on Amazon, for example, I would have to go to Nike and get ungated before I can sell any of their products. And Amazon does this for a few reasons. Number one is they just want to prevent counterfeit products. So by getting ungated, you're just showing Amazon that the products that you're selling are authentic and coming straight from the brand. And to go along with that, Amazon just wants to make sure they're maintaining their quality standards and also protecting the reputations of these big brands that sell on Amazon. So when you first start selling on Amazon, most of the big name brand products that you've heard of, like Nike, Dove, Adidas, Clorox, like I mentioned, most of those brands are going to be gated when you first get started, along with most other established brands and brands that you would normally buy things from. And even though these brands are going to be gated for you when you first start selling, I'm going to show you in this video exactly how we can get ungated and start selling these products on Amazon for a profit. Now, on the other hand, there's going to be a lot of products from smaller brands that might not be gated, and I'll show you how to identify those in a minute. But when you look up how to get ungated online, a lot of ungating services will pop up, and all of these services will promise to get you ungated if you send them a few $100 or $1,000, but most of these services are complete BS, and I'll tell you why. So many of these companies will use temporary solutions that'll get reversed in the future. And what I mean by this is you might get ungated for a brand now, but months down the line, you might get regated for the brand. And this naturally happens every now and then within Amazon, but if you don't get ungated correctly the first time, there's a higher chance that you'll get regated in the future. And the reason why this happens is a lot of these companies will use fake invoices, which just aren't good in general, and they're also just charging a premium price for something that you can do yourself. So in my opinion, it's really just not worth it at all. So now I'm going to show you exactly how you can go in and check if you're ungated for a brand. So the easiest way to do this is just to go on Amazon and pull up a listing for a product that you want to sell. And this, for example, is just a t-shirt that I pulled up. It's by the brand Jockey, which I guess is a pretty common brand. And the tool that I'm using to do this is called SellerAmp. And you don't need SellerAmp to do this. You can do it straight through Amazon, but I find that this tool makes it a lot easier. So when you look over at the SellerAmp extension here on the right, it'll say no, meaning I'm not eligible and I'm not ungated to sell this product. Now, just because it says I'm not eligible to sell this product doesn't mean I'm going to stop there, because if I can just get ungated for this brand, I can start selling this product along with any other product in the brand that I want. And you only have to get ungated once for a brand, and then you can sell any of the products under that brand for as long as you want. So to actually see the requirements of how to get ungated for this brand, and it's going to be a little bit different for each brand, is you just scroll down on the SellerAmp extension and you're going to click manual ungate right here. So now that I've clicked on manual ungate, one of 3 things is going to pop up. It's either going to say, 1, this brand is not accepting applications, which is pretty rare, and it's pretty obvious if it says this, you're probably not going to be able to sell that brand. But the other 2 options, which are more common, is 1, you're going to get auto ungated, meaning you don't need to do anything else, you just have to request approval and they'll automatically ungate you and allow you to start selling. And the cool thing is that as you become more established as a seller, once you hit certain thresholds in your sales, like once I hit 30K in total sales, for example, you'll get auto ungated for a handful of brands. So the more sales you do, the more likely you are to get ungated for brands in the future. However, even if you're just getting started, you can still use this method to get ungated for any brand. So all I'm going to do here is just click request approval, and it's going to bring me to this screen, which is going to be the same for pretty much every brand and every product you're going to get ungated for. And it's going to tell you exactly what Amazon requires for you to get ungated for this product. So this is the important part right here. So I'm just going to read through these kind of one by one and explain them to you, and also give you some quick tips throughout the process. So I'm just going to ignore kind of the bottom 2 that are listed here, but the top 4 are the ones that you want to focus on. And the first one is just stating that your invoice is from within the past 180 days. So they want to see that you actually bought this product within the past 6 months and you didn't buy it like 3 years ago and now you're trying to get ungated for it. So that one's pretty self-explanatory, and most of you will meet the requirements for that pretty easily. And this is where a lot of people get messed up. A lot of people will go to a store like Walmart, for example, and try to use an in-store receipt to get ungated for a product on Amazon. And this is just not going to work. You can't use a physical receipt that you get from a store, and it has to be an official itemized invoice that you get directly from the place that you're buying it from. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from the brand itself. Like if I'm trying to get ungated for Nike, I don't have to buy it directly from Nike. I can buy it from a place like Kohl's, for example, that sells Nike, and get an invoice from them, and that'll work to get me ungated. But the place that you're buying the inventory from, you need to make sure that they provide itemized invoices for you, and not just an order confirmation that you're getting to your email. Those order confirmations typically don't work, so you'll need an actual itemized invoice, like I said. And I would make sure that you can get these before you go and invest into the inventory, and you can do this by either emailing or calling the company and just asking. So what I would do if I was buying a product from a certain retailer or wholesaler, I would say, hey, do you guys provide itemized invoices? I need it for my business. And they'll tell you either, yes, we do provide them, or no, we do not. So if they do not, obviously I try to find somewhere else you can buy these products from. And if they do, great, you can buy them from there, get Ungated, perfect. The only thing you'll have to do after that is just make sure that the invoice includes all this information. So most official invoices you'll get from these suppliers will have both of these first two. It'll have the name and address, both of you that matches your seller account, but also the name and address of the manufacturer or the retailer or the wholesaler, whatever kind of supplier you're buying it from. And as long as you're getting an official invoice, you should meet these next two requirements pretty easily. You just need to make sure that it has your name and address on the invoice, which they'll pretty much always have, especially if you're getting the item shipped to you. And if you're using something like a prep center, as long as you have your name and address as the billing address, that'll still work perfect. And also just make sure that the company you're buying the products from includes their own address and name on the invoice as well. So if I were buying these products from Target, for example, the invoice would obviously have my name and shipping address and billing address. It would also say shipped from Target and have their address on there as well. And Target actually is one of the stores that always provides itemized invoice. You can just go into your order history and it'll show you in there. So you can just use that. And that is an official itemized invoice. So buying from Target will get you Ungated. Now, the last thing on here is you just want to make sure that you're buying at least 10 units of this product. Anything less than 10 will not get you Ungated. So just make sure that you're buying at least 10 units of this product. But besides that, that's pretty much all you need to know to get Ungated. If you just follow these steps and read Amazon's requirements, you shouldn't have any issue getting Ungated, and you just submit it to Amazon. So all you do here is just grab the file, drag it into where it says drop files here, and then just go down here, enter your information, and then agree and submit. And after I submit this invoice, you could just go into Amazon to see the status of it. And this will usually take 24 to 48 hours for them to either approve or deny your invoice. So you can go check the status of that by going to the menu up here, going down to catalog, going down to view selling applications, and then click on that. So once you get to this screen right here, it'll show you all of the pending applications that you have and show you if it's either accepted or denied. And if for some reason you get denied, I wouldn't panic. This happens pretty frequently. You can always resubmit back to Amazon, assuming you have all the correct information, and get approved on the second submission. However, I would make sure that I'm not just submitting the same thing to them over and over, because if you keep doing that and you don't get accepted the second time through, they'll most likely ban you from applying to that brand in the future. So I just stay away from that. I would recommend submitting both the invoice and also a picture of the physical items that you have in hand as well, so they can see that you actually have them and you have the invoice as well. So every time if you have to resubmit, I would just provide some additional information each time to help Amazon understand that you should be Ungated for this brand. So if you're looking to start or grow your Amazon business and you're looking for some more hands-on coaching from me and my team, you can check out the link in the description. But regardless, I'm going to be sharing everything that I've learned scaling my Amazon business to 7 figures on this channel. So please subscribe and stay tuned, and I appreciate you guys watching.